Hello friends, we are going to study reflection planes present in a molecule. So how many types of planes are present, how to operate them, what is dihedral plane, that we are all going to study in this particular topic. So let's start with, so let's take an example of this simple molecule, a water molecule, which we have earlier also we have taken example during finding out of the elements. Now a plane or a reflection plane is an imaginary plane which passes through a body of a molecule which divides it into equal halves, or we can say that two equivalent halves are created by application of such type of a plane. Now I will draw a plane in this water molecule. As I said earlier, it is an imaginary plane, and here you can say if I pass an imaginary plane through this oxygen molecule, it exactly divides the two hydrogen atoms equally. As I said earlier, that these numbers are for our understanding purpose, and by application of this plane, hydrogen and this hydrogen will interchange their places. Now see, I am drawing after application of its plane. The reflection plane has the symbol sigma. Here I have operated this sigma. Operation is nothing but application of a element on a molecule and to see what resultant we get, what new molecule which is symmetric to earlier one that we get. It is called as operation of a element. Now if these numbers were absent, then we could say that these molecules are identical. That means though we have operated a reflection plane, hydrogens interchange. Now we have to find out in a given molecule how many types of such planes are present. Now if I pass a plane through this bond, HO bond, will I get symmetric element? No. The reason is that hydrogen size is different, oxygen size is different. So if I pass a plane, obviously I will not get the same image that of the water molecule. But here this particular plane was exactly passed through oxygen which divides hydrogen to obtain the equivalent. Now let us find out, is there any another plane which is present in the water molecule? Yes, it is present. I will draw that plane, that is called as a molecular plane. So what is a molecular plane? Molecular plane passes through all the atoms, and as I said, it passes through all the atoms. That means it cuts down every atom in a molecule, and thus half atom of oxygen will be reflected to the back side of the board. Similarly, this hydrogen, which is very small, it will also cut or sliced exactly half, and front part will be reflected into the back part of the board. That means this is called as a molecular plane, and it is also reflecting the atoms present in molecule and making it exactly half. Now I can also write numbers to them also. Now here in this plane your numbers will not change. The reason is that molecular plane has passed through all the atoms. No atom was interchanged like it happened in the case of earlier plane where it passed through oxygen atom only, and thus it made hydrogen interchanged. So this is a different plane, and thus we have reflection planes or two sigmas in water molecule. Now if we go on operating such planes in particular molecule, what resultant we will get, that will see. Now if I operate one more time, one more sigma, let us say this sigma 1, sigma 2 times. So when I say sigma twice, that means again H1 will replace by H2 and H2 will replace by H1. So what does it mean? Molecule number A, molecule number C are equivalent molecules. So what summary we can draw from here is that sigma raised to twice is nothing but equal to E, because molecule number A and C, image number A and C are both equal, whereas sigma 1, that means sigma raised to 1 times, leads to only sigma, resultant is only 1 sigma. Now if I go on operating in this manner, let us see what happens. This theory is applicable to every sigma if you operate to all. So if you operate further sigma on atom C, it will be sigma raised to thrice, reflection thrice, same through oxygen atom we are operating. So here what change I will get? I will get, if I operate sigma, H1 H2 will be reflected. So on the place of H2, H1 will be replaced. Now if we see total resultant, what I will get? It is nothing but equal to d atom, d orientation of water molecule is equal to, exactly equal to B. That means sigma raised to thrice is nothing but equal to sigma operating 1 times. So I can write here sigma raised to thrice is equal to sigma raised to 1. Now let us take an last example. If I operate sigma raised to 4 times, and then we can conclude this sigma part or sigma operation generated by sigmas. Now let us see here, look at the E part, E molecule and A molecule, these are same. That means what? Sigma raised to 4, sigma raised to 4 times is again equal to E. What does it means? If we look at these calculations which we have drawn, which we have derived this, we can find out that whenever sigma is raised to even number, sigma raised to even number, it results into identity, that is E, whereas sigma raised to odd, that means sigmas carried out odd times, 1 time, 3 time, 5th time, 7th time, it will result into performing or operating sigma once. In this case, if we operate sigma raised to 2 times, 4 times, 6 times, that will be always equal to the original molecule. Look at this sigma raised, this E molecule which is sigma raised to 4, it is exactly equal to molecule A, whereas this one is also exactly equal to A. So remember my friends that sigma raised to even times will result into identity, whereas sigma raised to odd times will result into performing sigma once, that is only sigma. Now let us find out how many type of planes are present in this BF3 molecule. Dear friends, as we said earlier, sigma is nothing but reflecting a molecule to make it into two equal halves. I will number this F1, F2, F3 for understanding purpose. If I operate a plane through this BF1 bond, what I will get is F3 and F2 will get exactly replaced, and I will get my original molecule back. That means there is a presence of sigma in this BF along this BF bond. Remember here the element, that is sigma, which is passing through BF, it doesn't changes, whereas those on the either side of a plane, they get reflected. Similarly, we can have one more plane along the BF2. If a plane passes, imaginary plane passes through BF, this F3 and F1 will be replaced. Similarly, BF along the BF3, if we pass a plane this way, what it will result into? It will result into interchanging the position of F2 and F1. So as such, how many planes are there? There are 3 planes, each passing along the F1, F2 and F3 in this way. Now there is one more plane, like we have seen in water molecule, the plane which was passing through all the atoms, it was called as a plane of symmetry. Here also it is present. It is passing through F1, F3, boron atom and F. So it will be another plane. So as such, there is one sigma, that is molecular plane, and other same types of 3 sigmas. So we have to categorize them. So how we can categorize? A plane which is parallel to the principal axis. Now what is the principal axis? In earlier video we have learned that a axis which is having highest n value, or it is also called as highest number of folds, that axis is called as principal axis. So for that, for assigning the sigma horizontal or sigma vertical, we must know what is the principal axis. So for that purpose, we will find out number of axis of rotation in this molecule. So which are those? This is a C3. So BF3 contains one E, one C3 principal axis. I will tell you how it becomes a principal axis. Another axis which are present it along the BF3 bond. If I hold BF3 and if I rotate by how many degrees? By 180 degrees, I will get same molecule. That means one C2 is present along B and F3. Another C2 axis is also present along this bond. If I rotate, again F3, F1 will replace. That means there is one more C2, and in this axis also, in this type, there is one more C2 along F1 and boron. So there are 3 C2s. There is no another axis, rotational axis present in the BF3 molecule. So here Cn value is C3, Cn value is 2, C3, C2. So highest folds of rotation or n value or order, we can say, is highest here. So this will be termed as a principal axis, or it is also called as z axis of rotation. So now our planes which we have found out, that will be dependent upon this principal axis and not the other. The other axis are called as subsidiary axis. This now, as this is a principal axis and the three planes which are parallel to this principal axis, that is C3. So this is C3 and these planes passing through BF2, then F1B and this one. So all these planes which will be parallel to the principal axis, they will be termed as a sigma verticals because they are parallel to the principal axis C and Z, and in this case it is C3Z. The other type of plane which we have learned, that was a molecular plane, and molecular plane, it passes through all the molecules, that is F1, F2, F3 and boron. This plane is exactly perpendicular to the principal axis of rotation, that is C3 axis of rotation. So this will be termed as a sigma horizontal. So sigma horizontal is a plane which is perpendicular to C and Z. So these two things you must always remember, that C and Z, that is principal axis, the plane which is parallel to the principal axis is termed as sigma V, whereas the plane which is perpendicular to the principal axis of rotation is termed as sigma horizontal. Apart from this sigma V and sigma H, there is one more plane, that is called as sigma D plane, and sigma D, that is sigma D is nothing but dihedral plane. So this dihedral plane contains C4 principal axis. In xenon fluoride, tetrafluoride, we have seen there was a presence of C4 axis, and in that particular molecule, a plane which lies between x and y axis, or as we have not defined x and y axis here, the plane which passes through two C2 axis. So here is one C2 axis, there is another one C2 axis present. The plane which passes through C2 axis is called as a sigma D plane. So this dihedral plane lie along the diagonals of the square planar. So this is how three planes are present, that is sigma V, sigma H and sigma D.